Rangers themselves, I think, as I say, they go in a little bit, well, a big bit more optimistically than last season. But it'll be interesting to see how the players themselves handle the challenge of playing against the best team in the country in a semi-final. I think that's the big thing for Rangers. I think the weekend's game will stand on its own. I don't think it'll be a great indication of what will happen next season now that Rangers are back in the Premiership. I think both clubs, in all probability, will sign players in a close season, so the teams could be different next season. But this season's team, the interesting aspect overall, I think, is to see how Rangers can handle a step up in standard. Rangers been out the Premier Division has in many ways, I think caused problems to quite a number of the teams that have been there. And Celtic are one of them. I mean, in the sense that they've been left more or less alone to win a championship. Aberdeen put up a great fight over the last couple of years, but very difficult for the provincial teams to match Celtic or Rangers when the Rangers are at the level they were at 5 years ago. So I think Celtic have had a problem with even their own motivation in terms of going into games. I think that's a big thing. They've not had a circumstance where they've had Rangers on their coattails for most of the time. I don't think that their spending has been what it was, and quite rightly. Why spend the money if they don't need it? But there has been, as I say, a little bit dissatisfaction in some of their performances. But I think that's not just down to a managerial aspect. It's down to an overall aspect. As I say, one of the biggest parts is the motivational aspect. It doesn't matter what anybody says. When I was Rangers manager, you're motivated by Celtic, and that's what you are. And I would imagine Celtic managers would feel exactly the same. Your first look after every game is to see what their result is if they were playing at the same time. So that's a massive motivation to take away. And I think Celtic have suffered a little bit from that in their performances. So I don't think, and I think it's a very difficult thing for to put the entire blame on their manager for the performances. He's a fantastic player for me and fantastic player for Rangers Football Club. I mentioned earlier there about the circumstances changing when Rangers dropped down a division. Ali McCoist never had the opportunity to manage Rangers in the manner that I did, and in the manner which maybe Graham Souness and others that he worked with, that he never got that opportunity. So I would hope that people would appreciate that aspect of it. And I don't see any reason why he shouldn't be welcomed back when we consider that, 4 years ago the club were at its lowest level ever. We were nearly starting a season. We're 5 days away from starting a season with only 5 players. No Rangers manager's ever been in that circumstance before, and no Rangers manager's ever been in the circumstance that he was in for the next 3 years. So, far be it from me to stick up for him, but he's big enough and ugly enough to do that himself. But no, I would hope that when everything's settled down now and we start getting back to it, people start to appreciate that it wasn't an easy circumstance for him to handle. I think they will have to support Mark Warburton in the manner that I was supported as a manager when I was there, to give him the opportunity to challenge. And if he gets that and he gets up the challenge, you'll soon see a different motivational aspect from Celtic, because they want to win, and that's the thing. And they know that the team that can match them is Rangers. Now, it might take Rangers a little bit of time, but unfortunately, in football, you don't always get the time that you would want. But I just hope that Mark gets, as I say, the same level of help that I had when I was a manager there.